Wake Up with Jim and Saab is now exclusive on Spotify.
If you're thinking of making your own podcast, use Anchor. You can download it free on the App Store and Play Store.
Why did it take so long? I'm tired of talking.
What do they say?
Love.
Welcome to the Wake Up with Jim
Saab podcast.
So it's the ending of the first month of the new year. And
Oh my God.
And, you know, everyone tried to make resolutions. We're trying to stick with them. And I think a lot of us made productivity on the top of our list.
Well, usually naman yung mga resolutions are productivity,
Weight
weight
loss.
loss,
Eating healthy.
yeah. And we actually shared our resolutions on the previous episode. Ano yan? 2 episodes before this one.
Yes.
What's Up 2021.
Yes.
So we share our resolutions. So anyway, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna share the most common mistakes in trying to be more productive, efficient, and then after that we'll share how or parang what tools and what solutions we've used to become more productive.
So what are your common mistakes, Jim?
Bago nun.
Ba to? Gawin naman nating efficient yung episode.
Wait, kwento mo muna ano nangyari kay so apparently Kanye and Kim are getting divorced.
Yeah, I just heard about it, but I haven't read up on it.
Great.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Well, we're doing quick since the Monday pod is back, no?
Yes.
Quick news that are coming off yung mga random kwentuhan sa amin ni Sab ng mga ganun, tapos hindi namin napag-usapan at all. Well, yung isang shinare mo kahapon was si Tom Cruise went on a rant.
Oh yes. He went into like a Christian Bale vibe rant.
I listened to it.
Oh yeah.
Sobrang bait.
What?
Sobrang bait.
Yeah, he was like
He was freaking out. Well, this is from what I saw, the snippets I saw or heard. He was freaking out saying, do you know how many families are depending on puro ganon, parang,
the industry.
This the industry. You're killing the industry. Parang ganon.
It's because he got mad because some of the crew violated the safety protocols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise isn't on Instagram, no?
I don't think so.
Like never siya nag-social media, no?
I don't think so. He's a movie star. Maybe he's like on a different planet.
True. Si Leo rin di ba yung Instagram niya puro Earth, save the Earth,
nature,
astig. Daman.
As he's on his yacht.
Jaman. Is he ba? Nag-criticize ba siya for that?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
well he is Jaman.
I love the guy.
He is Jaman.
He's still my Romeo.
So, nakakatawa. Another thing na i-share ko lang. Grabe, hindi mo talaga kakayanin yung... As I've been sharing on this podcast, I listen to
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan at night. Kasi nga, ano siya, wala lang. Parang it's my... Yun yung parang gossip girl ko.
Okay.
Parang... I personally miss having douchebags in my life. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Gets mo? Parang...
Can be fun.
People that you can just listen to and think, buti hindi ako ganyan. Alam mo yun? So, anyway, so he had this, nakakatawa talaga, talagang...
Is he personally like douchey? Or are his guests douchey?
He's douchey. He's parang a basic bro.
A white man?
A white man, like, yeah, I do hot yoga. Mga ganun.
Oh.
I hunt elk. Mga ganun. And they have a lot of kaya nga super criticized yung show na yun, 'di ba? Kasi it's super maraming mansplaining na nangyayari.
Oh.
They talk about actually yung mga Me Too. Yeah, like there was this one comedian defending Louis C.K.
Oh.
Um, nakakatawa lang kasi. So, there's one episode na pretty interesting. His name is Colin O'Grady, I
Mhm.
think So apparently, he walked around the whole Antarctica
Mm.
for 54 days with a
Mhm.
sled that was 300 pounds.
Yeah.
And
The first thing I asked Jim was, "Is he white?" Because of course he would
he's
have the time and resources to do some shit like that.
he's very, very white. Pero like watching it nga, like they were talking about where he was pooping. Wild talaga, like kuwari at night. So pretty much wala siyang dala. Wala siyang dala. He just had a sled and food. All his food was there. It's not like, and he had to walk from point A to point B.
Walang animals doon.
I'm sure meron. Pero marami mga flat earthers na nangaaway sa kanya.
Why?
Kasi sinasabi na hindi lang, parang they're claiming na hindi lang daw niya sinasabi pero nakita na daw niya yung dulo ng mundo. Kasi apparently if you're a flat earther, you believe na in somewhere in Antarctica there's like a wall. Like yung sa Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Anong tawag doon? Ano yung tawag sa edge of the earth sa Game of Thrones?
I don't know.
What they were defending? Yung
The wall.
The wall, okay. So, they're saying na you saw it, no? You saw
Night's Watch.
the end. You saw the edge of the earth.
Ay,
Hindi ka naman umikot talaga.
sobrang bobo. Ob. Flat earthers.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So,
What it must be to be that ignorant.
ako yun lang naman. And ano pa, what have we been up to? Well, last night we watched, two movies we've watched recently.
Mm-hmm.
Tenet. Tenet to win it.
Yeah, I think we had high hopes for that.
The Christopher Nolan movie, so we were so excited. Downloaded paid for the 4K version of it. Sabi namin, this has to be the Nolan experience. Oh, disappointing.
Medyo, I mean,
When I saw kasi the initial reviews, I was thinking,
yeah, you're a Nolan apologist.
hindi nyo lang gets. Pero actually, lumabas lahat ng mga ng weaknesses ni Nolan. Like parang the underdeveloped characters.
Yeah.
In actuality, medyo nga.
Yeah.
Like if you look back at Cobb in Inception, The Dark Knight hindi, of course, that's perfect.
That's because meron siyang source material.
May source material siya. Pero Dunkirk, diba, there was absolutely no character building there. But the movie magic would always prevail. I think for Tenet lang, I think it honestly felt like medyo self-indulgent.
I get that.
Diba?
Na parang astig to, mag-rewind tayo.
Parang parang ako during the movie, nung Inception, when it was happening, like yung the kick.
Yeah.
Diba? Yung the
Yeah.
kick. It was like, oh shit, ang ganda. And it was working in the plot.
Yeah.
As the movie was going, you care about Cobb. Mal. You want him to reunite with his kids. May ganon may ganong factor diba? And I'm like parang, oh man, all these people, I love them. Like sino yung kamukha mo?
Sino kamukha ko?
Na girl. Ellen Page.
Well, thank you.
She was cute and like parang
Elliot Page now.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So, yun lang. Sadly, sa Tenet, it was, again, you can watch it on your own. You can buy the film. Or you can fly to, Sydney or US and watch it in theaters where it's supposed to be seen. Yeah, and then we watched last night Emma.
With Anya. I can't get her name. Anya Taylor-Joy ba? Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Love.
Hewitt. Anya, she's so cute.
Grabe.
Yeah.
So Emma, nakakatawa when you're watching it, walang subtitles. Ako honestly, sorry, hirap na hirap talaga ako pag walang subtitles.
Parang na-spoil na tayo ng subtitles.
Tas British, yeah. I think that's what parenthood does. Um, hindi ko masakyan. Pero as I knew it was Jane Austen. So like, I said, is this what Clueless was based on?
In fairness sa'yo
Diba?
Yeah.
Parang, I couldn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
Pero medyo na vibes ko kasi it's about a spoiled girl, blah, blah, blah. Yan.
In fairness. And then, yeah,
Tama nga,
I had
it
no
is.
idea that Clueless was based on a Jane Austen novel. So, yeah, it was fun to watch.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I did, but like, I didn't love it.
I think,
But I'm really into period stuff.
yeah.
I like it.
I like period stuff if like there's killing and there's like
Ugh.
sex. I think
Whoa. Got it. You're a man. Jirits.
No. I think hindi, like ang point ko is I think that's what another thing that parenthood does. Sobrang sacred yung movie time namin ni Saab. So if it's a flop,
It wasn't a flop.
it's not a
naman,
flop,
though.
but it's like a real if it's a flop, it's a fuck.
Sayang.
Sayang.
You said you wouldn't be saying sayang anymore. So
Oo
instead
nga,
of
nga.
saying sayang,
Buti na lang we got to watch
a nice movie.
a nice-ish movie.
It was a nice
But
movie.
the movie that we did enjoy this week was Becoming.
Oh, yes.
Is
We
it
watched it
called
yesterday, Becoming. It's
Michelle
the Michelle
Obama.
Obama documentary about her book, which I have yet to read. I should read that. Becoming. Oh, so
Goals.
big.
Sarap.
Swaggy.
Sarap manood. Tas gusto, as in, ako just watching it, like sabi ko, kailangan ko mag-gym para akong Obama.
Obama.
Okay, productivity.
Okay, productivity.
Okay, so
what are the usual traps that we fall into?
one, to-do lists. So many to-do lists that you actually forget your purpose.
Yeah, that's my downfall most of the time. I make like my to-do lists and then I get into like kailangan pretty yung to-do list, kailangan itong ballpen, itong color, and then like and then I just waste a lot of time on it. I don't even get the boxes checked. So that was my thing.
Nakakatawa nga eh. Like, whenever papasok ako sa room ni Sab, tas sabihin ko like, nag-send out ako ng ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Kunakwento ko lang ano yung mga nagawa ko. And then Sab says, meanwhile, I've been
Making my to-do list at 11 a.m.
pero why, nagigets ko naman yun. Pero ano yung, saan ka na, like, saan ka na OC, saan ka na,
Yun nga, like, kasi I've been struggling, like, kunwari, even choosing between being analog or digital. Like, that's a whole struggle for me. Like, where should my to-do list really be? Like, something like that. And then I kind of forget the purpose of doing these checklists. Na parang, it's to get stuff done, bitch. Like, get it done. Stop making them. Get them done. So, yeah, that's been a struggle of mine. I think it's a deeper thing, honestly. I think it's like an attention span thing. I've come to terms with an obsessive personality. I'm thinking parang I'm more aware of it now, so I'm fighting against it. Now that I'm aware of it, maybe if you guys relate to it, baka lang hindi nyo nagigets na you have obsessive tendencies. So here's a reminder to not make your to-do lists perfect. Just write them down, have a brain dump, write down everything that's in your head, and then maybe if you're gonna spend time on it, you can we'll get to that later.
the solutions.
The solutions. But ano pang ibang traps?
Hindi, pero saan ka ba, ako kasi personally,
I've gotten better through the years, honestly. So
yeah, dati nga, hindi ka,
I wouldn't even make to-do lists.
you wouldn't even make to-do lists.
Yeah.
Parang ngayon nga, anyway, ako, tama ka, I agree with you, yung, in my younger years, I think that was my problem rin eh. Like, thinking what's more accessible.
Uh,
'Di ba? Do I
yeah.
put it on ano kasi it's so neat when I
Yeah.
put it on this program or this app. If I put it on Excel, then I can at least put columns with timing and color and monitor it properly. Yung when it does become a and then parang my dad naman lagi akong bilib sa kanya kasi nakakatawa. Every time growing up talaga, he always bought for 30 years. He bought one type of small notebook and he would just have it in his pocket. For 30 years, it's the same notebook, sabi.
What an
As in,
executive.
Nakakatawa. He unearthed
Unearthed.
a box as in of all his small notes and they're exactly the same as in sobra OC talaga. So anyway, and I remember kumari, let's say we'd be at the mall or I'd say like yeah oo nga eh kumari, like random kwentuhan lang, I'd say yeah yun nga eh, you know, you should check out this wine store. He'll pull out the notebook and then just write.
That's so cute.
So from there, I tried that. So I said, sabi niya, oh, I have a box of notebooks that I didn't get to use. Have them na. Got them. And then I realized one, never ako nagba-button down.
You had no pocket.
So I have no pockets. Two, lagi nawawala yung ballpen ko. So this wasn't the tool for me. So it was only when I got Any Do that really, honestly, that
That's
really
the app.
changed my life. And later, I'll share, you know, how I use that to make everything more efficient. Another one is what I wanted to share na weakness, especially ako when starting out in business in the earlier days, was not learning how to say no. Ikaw, I'm sure you
Yeah.
don't know how to say no to me.
Yeah.
So let's say Saab is working on something. Tapos sabihin ko, oh, nga pala wala na pala akong film role.
Yeah. I'll drop everything.
She'll drop everything. Obsess about it. Like, what's the best film role? Ganyan, ganyan.
Yeah.
Ano yung pinakasulit? Ganyan, ganyan,
Yeah.
ganyan, ganyan. Order.
Yeah.
Yeah, ako naman, I think, in terms of sa business, like when I'd go to the office, I really had to learn how to say no to people. Especially kasi everyone is pretty much dependent on you. Diba? So, let's say I'm working on something that's really important. That parang kumbaga na-realize ko na, oh, this is completely dependent on me. This task, this one. So not learning how to delegate and really, parang if someone asks for help or ano, I'll go into that. I'll understand it and try to do their work for them.
Yeah.
And it was really years of learning, which I think ikaw rin, you're starting to learn now.
Yeah.
Diba? Don't you ever feel that way na parang ako lang ang makakagawa nito?
Yes, always. That was really hard for me to understand. Kaya it's taken a while, but I think I'm finally learning to let go of the small things, and delegating is really a good thing to learn.
And then how have you been working on parang yun nga, saying no? How do you go back to, let's say you're doing something that, kasi the reason why sinishare ko lang yun, Sab, kasi is, for example, in business, me and Ali are the founders. We're the only ones who think of 5 years from now. We're the only ones who think of what's gonna happen 10 years from now. Diba? Everyone else is thinking about what happens today, what happens tomorrow, at most what happens next week. Kami, we're already 1 month, 1 year, 5 years. So it was me learning na, oh, if I don't do this, no one else will.
Yeah.
But these other things that people are approaching me and asking help for, it's mistakes and stuff that they can learn on their own. Na parang, okay, you can, sige, parang I can absorb that mistake,
Yeah.
the penalties of that
Yes.
error.
I get that.
Pero if I don't do this, we can't survive.
Yeah. For
So-
me, like, it's really hard rin especially now during the pandemic, the whole online grocery shopping, that's really hard for me because I like selecting the items myself, making sure that the best fruits are chosen and stuff. But I've learned, like, kuwari, the other day, I wanted to do the groceries myself. Pero naisip ko, parang, okay, that's gonna take maybe 2 hours of my day. Luckily, we have someone who can do the groceries for us. So sabi ko, okay, you know what? I think today I can let that go because I would rather spend time with the kids habang gising sila. And it's learning to prioritize. And yun nga yung, can I let this go? Will I really like die if it goes over the budget by 100 pesos or something because it wasn't the most premium items that were selected?
And to that example, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
Pero
go
to that example, yun nga, only you could have done what yung gets mo parang
yeah, spending time with the kids and bonding
ikaw
with
lang
them.
ang makakagawa nun.
Yeah.
So therefore, you can say no to another thing. Okay, another one is trying to do everything in one day.
Yeah, that's really hard. Kasi for me, kumari, when I would do a brain dump, which is writing down everything that's in your head, and then forgetting to, parang hihimayin mo dapat yan to see like what can be done today, and then for the rest of the week, maybe a today, tomorrow, or someday list. And then sometimes I get so anal about checking boxes. So parang ako, I feel so horrible when it's not all done. But you have to realize that you don't have to do everything in one day nga, because it's not, number one, it wouldn't be efficient because your energy will be wasted when you could be doing things that will really fulfill you today. Dapat yun lang ang focusan mo instead of, it doesn't matter the amount of stuff you do. Always remember to do quality over quantity.
Ako sobrang, that really helped me when you shared that with me. Kasi for the during this whole quarantine, I'm so used to quantifying everything. Like, okay, I'm at the office at 6 in the morning, be home by ganyan, do this, blah, 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 blah. So as a parent, I had to learn na hindi ganun. Hindi siya parang,
Time-based.
okay, naka 3 hours ako. Okay na. Parang, and it's comforting to me. So kung let's say, okay, I spent an hour with Pancho, but we did physical therapy. I practiced the physical therapy with him. So it was parang kumbaga mas
Na-maximize mo.
Na-maximize ko. Vito, I really sat down and listened to him and, entertained him and really, parang
And we're
gave
entertained by him.
Yeah, gave him my time and my love. Parang ganon.
Undivided attention.
Yeah. So, I agree there. And I think, ako, I'm very guilty rin of this. No? Parang, for the longest time, like, if patapos na yung araw and then may nakasulat sa list ko, nababaliw ako. Nababaliw talaga ako. Like, fuck. But, one thing I've learned is, at least 50% of your to-do list, that's so good na.
Yeah. Kaya try rin to keep the list short. Kahit 3 to 5 yan.
And also, another thing that, kaya nga, you start with a brain dump, put all the shit you need to, and then rank. That's, again, sorry, we're skipping to the solution, pero, rank your priorities. Like, what in these, sa 20 things na to ang pinakakailangan kong gawin today. So, 1, 2, 3, huwag ka na ma-OC. Kung dati doon na OC si Sabi, parang, hala, yung itsura ng list ko, let's say, buy clothes, buy ganyan, do photo, blah, blah, blah. Pero yung sa tabi ng mga tasks ay nakasulat 3, 4, 1, 5, 10. And I can understand how that could drive people crazy. Pero it's a practice that'll help you kasi kuwari, let's say if you have 20 tasks, you didn't do 11 to 20. Just put them on the next page.
Yeah.
Diba? For the next day. So anyway.
And that's how you clear it. So you
Yes.
don't go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at least the top priorities were taken care of.
Yeah.
Right?
And ako coming from what you said nga, That's true. Um, to be happy with your day, um, it's quality
Yeah.
over, and that's what I always tell yung employees namin.
Mm.
I always say, let's stop ending the day feeling like you didn't accomplish anything, pero you're so tired.
Mm.
That just means you're not prioritizing correctly.
That really helped me when you told me that as well.
'Di ba?
You
Kasi
feel so tired, tas parang feeling mo wala
wala
kang
kang nagawa.
Yeah.
Pero if you set your priorities straight, you can learn to sleep peacefully at night saying, okay, hindi ko nabili yung cuticle remover. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
Pero na-budget ko na yung expenses ko for next month.
Mm-mm.
Nabayaran ko yung ganyan. Nagawa ko to. Okay lang ako.
Yeah. You're good. You're fine.
And I guess another trap that we fall into is starting the day not primed, being mentally prepared. Do you have any examples of that?
Yes, I've been falling into this trap for the past few weeks. Well, not naman weeks, or maybe. It's starting my day and watching a show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I fall back asleep.
Yeah.
Instead of, opening my notebook and writing stuff down, I just play a show. And that's something that I should stop doing.
Well, hindi ba nangyari lang rin naman yan kasi si Vito has been waking up a lot, so therefore puyat ka and you just want to sleep again?
Yeah, it's also, I feel like I deserve to sleep again.
Oh, yun nga eh.
Yeah, well, yun rin naman. I think it all depends rin on your... Kasi not everyone's a morning person, honestly. That's why... Can we move on to the solutions part?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm.
Kaya yung, diba, the first one was the to-do lists and forgetting the purpose. Kumare, when you write down your to-dos, ako kasi, I used to be really like, because nga I want a lot of things na naka-check, I would write stuff down that doesn't even need to be written down. Kasi nga, it's helped me na if the task takes less than 2 minutes to do, then just do it. You don't even have to write it down anymore. But before, I would really like to write it down para nang nakita ko na nagawa ko. Don't forget the purpose of your to-do list. It's to get stuff done. So if it takes 2 minutes to reply to that email, just do it na. Don't write down na reply to email. Diba? And then, and if you're gonna prettify your to-do list, instead of making it, if you're gonna spend time on it, instead of the colors of the ink or the borders, instead of doing those things, to make it more efficient, if you're gonna spend any time on it at all, I would recommend writing down yun nga, your to-do list, and then on a column, the duration of time that it would take to do these things. If it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes, 60 minutes, 120 minutes, you write them down. And then on the next column, you write down if it's low or high energy. And you try to get the high energy stuff done at the start of the day. If at the start of the day, yun nga, you're a morning person, you do it. Pero if you're medyo low energy at the start and you don't feel like it, then just get the quick low energy stuff out of the way, and then at least you get stuff done.
Yeah.
So that's something that's helped me.
That's interesting. Ako kasi yung being mentally prepared, ako, one of the traps that I fall into is, for example, let's say last night napainom ako. And like I'm hungover. I'm so addicted to or obsessed about following the routine that I half-heartedly do it.
Yeah.
Just so that I can do it.
Yeah.
So, for example, I start my day kasi with reflection, writing down what I'm grateful for, and like what I what I pray about for the day. And if you're hungover and you're thinking about, oh, mali, you're kind of wasting time. So, what I learned is, so aside from being hungover, let's just say puyat ka. Let's say yun nga,
And there are just days like that.
there
You
are
wake
days
up and you don't feel
you just
energized.
yeah. I realized the importance of, okay, I have to switch it up just so that I can prepare. So yun, what I would do is, let's say I do some form of exercise para lang malinis yung utak ko. Para lang mas ganahan ako. If it means having a later breakfast, if it means having a cup of coffee before anything, then adjust. Basta, yun yung gusto kong i-push lang na parang, I think that's one of, you know, parang one of the weaknesses or parang traps that I fell into, especially during the early days na, like, ang dami kong, let's say,
I would fall into that trap also. Yung pag na-miss mo yung routine mo, and then ako, I really kick myself for it so much when I miss, like, yun nga, your reflection in the morning, and then parang, if hindi mo magawa, parang, ayoko na kasi hindi ko nagawa today. So, parang, I suck, and I'm not even gonna try tomorrow because I missed a day. But then, don't do that. Be flexible, and the next day, just start over.
Yeah. I think, talaga eh, parang, for example, pagising mo sa umaga, that's a problem if you look at your phone. Ready na ako to, I try to segregate kasi if I'm linya-linya mode, if I'm in Isabel's mode, if I'm in Cheats mode, or whatever, podcast mode. And I really can't, I really don't like mixing these things, especially in terms of my time. So that's why sa morning, laging linya-linya, yun yung priority ko, ganyan. But anyway, there are times na in the morning, oh shit, hindi nag-reply si Kyle. May music video dapat na ilalabas. By the way, maglalabas ng bagong Cheats music video. Our first Tagalog song. Anyway, parang there, and then I try to go into my routine. Parang I don't adjust. I'm not mentally there. Like while I'm doing stuff for Linya Linya, I'm thinking about, hala, paano kaya yung music video? Ganyan. And then, hindi mo mamalayan, parang biglang, you'll take little 2-minute commercial breaks. Let's say you're doing something, I'm doing something for Linya Linya, and then biglang, ano ulit yung peg niya dun sa music video? And then, open up YouTube, look at the video. Okay,
fall into a hole.
Yan ito pala yung release. Ganyan. And then therefore, it's just, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna share our solutions. But before that, let's take a break.